The world famous, the critically acclaimed, dude. The world famous, the critically acclaimed. And I hope you guys like my thumbnail. Because I made myself laugh with it. Okay? It's supposed to be stupid. I didn't know what to do. Trying to do some YouTuber stuff. You know what I mean? I got a lot of little random things I'm going to talk about today. I don't know. I don't even know where to start it off. Oh, did you guys see the hat? Happy Father's Day. I am, in fact, wearing my Mother's Day team issued. Okay, it's got the QR code. I picked this up recently at a Giants game. Official team issued Mother's Day hat. And you guys, I don't know, you might know how I feel about Father's Day. Someone go ahead and throw the Mother's Day hat on for Father's Day, okay? So shout out all the tremendous fathers out there. All the people doing their best. You know? All the people that show love. All the people that, will make meaningful sacrifices for their spawn. You know? What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? What else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about some jersey concepts. I've been meaning to go over these for a minute, but I always keep pushing it back. Mostly NBA jerseys, just some fun concepts and stuff for us to talk about. I feel like we haven't done that in a while, so I wanted to do that. We'll talk about Giants, Dodgers. We'll talk about, I got a couple show and tell things possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Yesterday, what's up, Jennifer? What's up, Jenny? We got two of them, two Jennifers in a row. Yesterday was the No Kings thing and all that, and I already know. Last week I did, I talked a lot of politics. I'm trying to avoid that this week. You guys already know how I feel. I believe. I'm proud of people that showed up and made their voices known. Nobody wants to see violence or destruction. I know there's always bad actors and agitators that, they can't wait for something like that so that they can, destroy stuff. That's not really the point. But, I definitely supported all the protests. The military parade was pathetic. I think the official count is like less than 9,000 people showed up. So someone said that, more people show up to a county fair. Just stupid stuff. And I do have thoughts, but I'm not going to get into it now about, the government officials and whatnot that were assassinated in Minnesota, which is terrible. I don't really want to get into it now. It's awful. It's terrible. And it's just crazy to me how immediately conspiracy theories and fingers start getting pointed, like immediately. Like, can we wait? People are like, oh, he was appointed by Tim Walz, blah, 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 so he's a Democrat that's pissed off at other Democrats. And then it comes out his best friend says he's a Trump supporter. Anyways, all right, I'll try to get off politics. I'm sorry, I'll try to get off politics. I just can't help it, man. I can't help it. Your boy's informed, dude. Your boy is informed. Rafael Devers of the Giants. Dude, Gabriel, wipe the drool off your face. What's up, Drew, Sophie, and Joe? We're going to talk about some concepts. We'll talk about Rafael Devers. We'll talk about what else? Good news, guys. Good news. This is exciting. Exciting, great news. I'm tickled. Guess what? Guess what my upstairs neighbor kid learned to do? Guess what? He's been running, but guess what else he learned? Oh, he learned how to scream. Oh, God. How exciting is that? Everyone clap it up, dude. So you might hear him screaming in the background because he seems to just scream for funsies. And we're all excited about it. As if the running back and forth wasn't enough. Now we got screaming. High-pitched, shrill screaming every 3 seconds. For funsies. Not as a reaction to anything. Just to have a good time. You know? Just to have a good time, dude. Let's just scream. Let's just have everyone's adrenaline spike. Because the natural instinct deep within our psyche and our DNA and our genomes is telling us that possibly our tribe is in trouble. I love it. I'm just excited about it. And, hopefully we finish strong in the second half of 2025. Proud of all the people who showed up yesterday. Yeah, me too, man. He's probably going to say Devers is like Luca and he doesn't like the Giants spend a lot of money. Dude, Gabe, shut up, dude. We do like Penta. Big fan of Penta. Rocky's curb stomping the Mets? I didn't see that. I missed that. I watched Giants Dodgers, of course, which hurt my feelings. Yeah, so Giants, we lost 2-1 to the Dodgers in the series. We can't hit, man. We can't hit. So hopefully Devers helps with that. Clayton Kershaw had a great game against us, which always irritates me. You know, the Dodgers are just... I try to tell you guys, dude. I get on here and I preach the gospel. I preach the gospel every Sunday night about how evil the Dodgers are. Dude, I get up here behind my bully pulpit. Is that what it's called? Bully pulpit? I never got that. I never understood what that meant. Or even like how to spell it properly. I don't even know what the word is. I've just heard it. So I'm just up here, the podium. I'll just say the podium, right? And I'm preaching the gospel, dude. That the Dodgers are evil. Now, I've told you once. I've told you twice. I've probably told you guys 50 times throughout the 50 years I've been doing this stream. It's the longest running Sunday night live stream in history. I've been preaching the gospel that I hate the Dodgers because I'm a Giants fan. So naturally, that's our rival, our biggest rival. I love the rivalry. It's one of my favorite things. But besides that, besides my bias and that rivalry, I think they're a terrible organization. And I think they're up there with, the Yankees are the same way. The Mets are getting there. The Red Sox have been we're getting there until the last 6 years. But these evil empires and the Giants, they're trying to step into that, which I don't like. I've said that before. I don't like that. I don't want to be an evil empire. I don't. But anyways, they had invited this young lady. What was her name? What was the singer's name? A singer. It's going viral everywhere. But they invited her to sing the Spanish national anthem, which, if you guys don't know, it was commissioned by FDR. We had a good neighbor policy with Mexico to strengthen our diplomatic friendship with them. And it was called the Good Neighbor Policy. And for that, FDR commissioned a version of our national anthem in Spanish. This woman, it was no King's Day and all that, she wanted to do the Spanish national anthem, and apparently it was cool. She shows up and they tell her, you can't do it in Spanish now. She does it anyways. Oh, we love a queen, don't we? But we don't like a king. By the way, I'm drinking Sprite, zero sugar, chill, cherry lime. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff if you're trying to cut out sugar like I am. So anyway, she sang the anthem anyways in Spanish, and she says she'll probably never be invited back. And then, obviously they visited the White House a few months ago. Clayton Kershaw and some of the other guys are very vocal about their disdain for Pride Month, Pride Night, all that. Clayton Kershaw wrote a Bible verse next to the Pride logo on his hat. Dave Roberts had this really cowardly response about what he thought about the protests going on. very just fence sitting, And it's like when your team, obviously your team makes untold riches with immigrants and Latin players and whatnot. And to not, stand up for what's right is just ridiculous. So yeah, I hate the Dodgers, dude. I hate the Dodgers for two reasons. Because of this, because I represent this. That's the fun part of it. But the other part of it is they are a soulless corporation. And do not forget that Chavez Ravine was 3, mostly Latino neighborhoods that were reclaimed via eminent domain, cleared out so that they could, the city, the city gifted the land to O'Malley to bring the Dodgers out to build a new stadium. And, yeah, they're just a terrible organization. I hate them. Okay. And that's not to say the Giants are perfect. They're not. I already told you guys, we talked about Sophie's situation last week. They fired Rennell for no reason. One of our, I guess not principal owners, but one of our owners is just a tremendous POS. Okay. But, it's at least there's people in the front office and in the organization that are decent people, like Christian Koss with his shirt yesterday. I'll show you guys real quick. Christian Koss wore this shirt into Dodger Stadium. Read a banned book, which is something I definitely support when they are trying to ban books in schools and whatnot, just because it teaches things that are uncomfortable for certain people. So yeah. Anyways, I hate the Dodgers. Now, we suck, right? Our offense sucks. What's up, Shot Simple? How do you feel about getting Devers? I'll get into that. Ryan Walker needs to be sent to the... Yeah, I said in the Discord that I want Ryan Walker to... he should have been included in the trade. Brooklyn, go Rockies. All right. I mean, you guys got a long road. I'll just say that. 10-1 final. Rockies over Braves. Wow. Braves are in a tailspin. What's up, Richard? I was a little bummed about the trade. I mean, yes, mostly happy, but trading Kyle really affected today's game for sure. Shohei Ohtani will pitch versus the Padres. Did they announce it officially? Just because the Dodger Stadium actually kicked out a protester last night. I didn't even hear about that. Gabe, you're the most negative person I know. So yeah, the big trade. We got Rafael Devers in San Francisco now. What sucked, I guess, about it was Kyle Harrison was set to pitch. Like, he was literally like already getting ready to pitch today against the Dodgers, and then they yanked him and sent him to Boston. And I'm a little sad about that one. And Jordan Hicks, they've both kind of struggled. Jordan Hicks definitely had a long leash, but I like those guys, and I hope they do well over there. I think Kyle Harrison still has a lot of potential. And so, yeah, he'll definitely be missed. And he's a local guy too, I believe. So that's kind of sad. But we needed a banger, We needed someone that can hit. So hopefully Devers is kind of what we need to get the offense going, because, man, Willy Adames is like batting less than 200. Elliot Ramos still has a good average, but I mean, he went 0 for 4 today. Jung-Hoo Lee is like super spotty. He had the nice RBI triple today, but otherwise, yeah. So hopefully Rafael Devers is a good addition. It is a huge contract, which you guys know. I typically try to stay away from those if I was a GM, but I guess my biggest worry would be like, I want to say attitude problems, but he got into it with the Braves management. So I hope that doesn't carry over. I hope like a fresh start kind of gets him like reinvigorated. He could be his old self again. But I don't know what's going on with the Red Sox. Looks like they're just going to blow everything up. What's up, Mark? What's up, Paul? It's not hype. There's Kyle Harrison from San Jose. Yeah. Yeah, and Kyle Harrison, yeah, it's going straight to AAA, which is crazy. Like, you're about to start, in one of the premier ballparks in baseball, one of the premier rivalries in baseball, a nice Father's Day game, and then suddenly you're in AAA again in Worcestershire or whatever. Did I say Braves? Did I say Braves management? Is that what you're saying? Did I misspoke? I mean Red Sox management. What's up, Cyrus? Oh, you went to Dodger Stadium? How'd you like it, man? I love Dodger Stadium. It was it was very rinky dink the first time I went, but then since they've upgraded and stuff, it's a pretty nice ballpark. I think my favorite thing about Dodger Stadium, honestly, is it's funny, but is walking out after a night game to that view. I always try to, every time I've gone to a game, I get there super early and I like wait for the gates to open and I go park like right against the view to downtown LA. So one of my favorite things is after the game, walking out to that view. I think it's really cool. And yeah, it's fun vibes there. If you can handle the heat. I said Braves. I'm sorry, I meant Red Sox. Do you hear that they're considering moving the Muppets to a different theater? Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I never got to. Well, I saw the Muppets at DCA, but I never got to go to Disney World. I've still never been to Disney World. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, the long-running Muppets show, it's not MGM Studios anymore, right? It's just Disney Studios, whatever the park is called at Disney World. They just closed there's a whole Muppets like courtyard with the Muppets show. They just closed it. A lot of people are sad. I definitely miss it at DCA. So yeah, that'd be cool if they saved the show. I mean, it feels like something like the Muppets is like all you need is a screen, just need a movie theater. You don't need too much. It was awesome, not as good as Oracle. Yeah, I mean it's totally different vibe, but we don't have too many of those kinds of stadiums left. I mean, off the top of my head, I mean Oakland Coliseum, I'll still count it because there's still sports going on there. Oakland Coliseum, Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium. I think that's it from that era. I gotta be missing one. Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium, Oakland Coliseum. I feel like there's one more I'm missing from that era. But I mean, we used to have Riverfront Stadium, Three Rivers Stadium, like all the Veteran Stadium, RFK. Like there was a lot of that era stadiums and they're almost all gone. So it's still cool that Dodger Stadium is kicking. Red Sox management deceived Devers and wasn't straight up with him regarding being a DH. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is you never know if it's like the management or if it's the player or both. So I hope Devers just, new scenery and all that. He'll be excited to play. He gets to go from, a struggling team to a team right in the mix. Hopefully that energizes him. But yeah, I mean, getting oracled is a real possibility, but I hope he can, get over that and just smash. So yeah, I'm excited. Even though Gabe says I'm not, I'm excited. Okay. Cubs ball? No, Wrigley's way before that. But like the mid-century concrete stadiums, yeah, Wrigley's way before that. So like Wrigley is more like the Fenway era. And then you got the 90s era, which is it opened in 2000, but Pac Bell Park is that same ilk. You got Coors Field, Camden Yards, Oracle Park. What else? There's like a whole era for that style also. But yeah, that the mid-century concrete fortresses, as I call them. I think it's just Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium left in the big sports. Globe Life Park? No. Globe Life Park is what? 6 years old? Dodger Stadium's what the Coliseum should have been. Oh yeah, Kauffman. I'll throw Kauffman in there. No, Jack Murphy's gone, dude. I'm talking about what still exists, but Jack Murphy was, yes. But yeah, no, Kauffman, that works. Kauffman works. I always forget about Kauffman just because they kept it open. I'm used to all the other ones, they like enclose them or loop them around. And Dodger Stadium's always been open, but not as open. It has that on it. Why is it for the Green Monsters there? Because it's super close. It's like 300 feet. That's why they put the Green Monster there. Cleveland, San Francisco, Baltimore, Colorado. There you go. I think Turner Field would have been in that too. Even though they've already replaced it. But that era, I don't know if they designed it. But yeah, Devers, man, let's go Giants. Let's make a push. It's like watching this series. It definitely kind of not broke my spirit, but like made me hesitate. Like, oh, can we win the division? I think we can beat out the Padres, but the Dodgers are just so tough. They're just so tough. I mean, when you have 3 Hall of Famers in the middle of your lineup, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? First and then retrofitted. Okay. Same era though. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Any fellow Giants fans, how do you feel? I mean, we might have to go for the wild card, you know? But it's like Diamondbacks can turn it on any moment. Padres, Dodgers, they're going to be strong the whole year. We just got to maintain. So the thing is, like, you know, our pitching's been great. Just our hitting is trash. So please, Rafi, please help us. What else is going on? Valkyries have been doing their thing, man. They've won like 3 in a row, I think. Valkyries playing really good. Even like the Valkyries are missing people too, because some players are going to play for their what's it called? Their national teams. It's gonna be funny when the Giants play the Red Sox next weekend. Hopefully we destroy them, dude. I don't know. Who knows though? I feel like the Red Sox are in a tailspin, so I feel like they might just clean house. 5 sellout games at Ball Halla. That's dope. Valkyries are doing their thing. What else is going on? Pacers OKC seems like a great series. I've barely been able to watch. Barely. Which sucks, you know. Panthers are up 3-2 against the Oilers in the Stanley Cup final. Barely been able to watch. So I feel like I'm missing out on 2 series that I should really be enjoying, but you know, been busy. Caitlin Chen is back. Okay. Where do you think Durant goes? I mean, no idea, but I definitely think he's gone. I don't even know who's looking. I like honestly so far this year, I've watched maybe half the Giants season, and I've barely paid attention to anything else. I've just been super busy, man. Like sports has been hard to keep up with, so I don't even know who needs something. I don't know. The NBA Finals kind of boring to watch. Is it? Because I barely watch, so I don't know. Oh, I did want to mention too. I'm trying to fundraise because I'm taking my niece to Disneyland again, and man, am I afraid we're gonna get stranded there with no money. So I sold 2 e-bikes already. I also have some Vita Blue bobbleheads. If you guys didn't get one, I'll sell it like $20 a pop. Right? What else do I have? I'm just trying to sell stuff, dude. Just trying to sell stuff to like fundraise to take my niece to Disneyland. And then I had these. I'm going to try to sell these. I know some people, Jenny actually bought one, so thank you so much. But I got these like metal prints that I'll sell. Raimondi Park on metal. And these are all photos that I took, so it's all original. Rickwood Field facade. It's hard to tell, but the blue sky really pops. Rickwood Field facade. Yes, I am doing GVC right now. Or not GVC. GVC? What is it? Home Shopping Network. Oakland Coliseum. Oakland A's configuration. Here's a Candlestick Park. That was a test. So I actually don't. Some of these are not mine, actually. These two are not mine. But I did get these just for Fans Fest. But I got a Ricky Henderson. You guys like Ricky on metal. Oops. Whoa. Another Raimondi Park. This is one of my favorite pictures through the fence of Candlestick Park. I took this photo before the last 49er game at Candlestick Park. So that's an original. Yeah, so if you're interested in those, DM me. I just need to fundraise. I need to get my niece to Disneyland. And I'm stressing. Like I said, I already sold both my e-bikes. I'm trying to sell anything. Hey. Trying to sell anything, man. It's all for sale, folks. VSM Variety Shopping Network. There you go. QVC, that's what it is. GVC is what we use at work. Google Video Chat. Extra Conseco. I don't have any Conseco bobbleheads, if that's what you're asking. Right? I don't think I have a Conseco. No, I don't. You know the Raimondi Park print? Maybe. You're such a good uncle. I mean, I feel like everybody's... I don't feel like I'm special. I'm just doing what I gotta do. You know? I don't want to break up this pack, but I might sell some of the bobbleheads out of here. I don't know, though. I don't really want to break up the pack, but there's some that I don't want to get rid of, so I don't know. And what else? Variety Shopping Network, folks. I can offer you one Ravens ticket. Dude, I would, except I can't even sell my 49er tickets. I'm getting messages and stuff, and then nobody commits. And I'm selling like face value. Actually, some of them I'm selling under face value. No fees, free food, and I still can't sell them. Thank you, 49ers, for overcharging your season ticket holders. Woo! Sell bobble. We're never selling bobble cheeks, actually. Sorry. Bobble cheeks is off. This is the one untouchable thing. I will sell my Barry Bonds autograph ball, though. No, I'm just kidding. I'll never sell that. Bobble cheeks, Barry Bonds autograph ball. Those are off limits. I do have a Vita Blue sign ball that I can get rid of because I have two of them. That's what I should do. I should put the Vita Blue ball with the Vita Blue bobblehead and package it. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But if you want 49ers tickets at face value, I'm also selling those. Okay? Just hit me up, ask me what game. Because I got a bunch of games available. $1,000? All right, I would take $1,000 because then I could just fly to Birmingham and get another one. You can pick the game you can offer to your followers, and we can sell it for face value and give you the ticket it costs. Up to you. I mean, the thing is, I have 7 49er games I'm trying to sell already, so I don't know. Football tickets are too damn pricey. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it just sucks that they charge us like the dynamic pricing. So it's like, even though I'm a season ticket holder, I'm still having to pay premium prices. Like, So I've decided, especially because this is the Super Bowl year, and I'm probably not going to get Super Bowl tickets because I don't have the money for the deposit. So I'm not going to get season tickets after this. It's just not worth it. Like, I will caution all of you, don't do it. Okay? Don't get season tickets. It is not worth it. I think every season ticket holder, I'm sure other teams is the same situation, especially with like seat licenses, which I already knew was a scam, but like that to me should be like part of the sell movement. Like, everyone should get rid of their season tickets. It's not it the whole point of season tickets is you're supposed to be like buying in bulk so that you get it at basically what should be face value, but instead they charge us for the dynamic pricing. So like this year sucks because our schedule sucks, but like our primetime games are like more expensive. Like the games against big teams are more expensive. Like, how are you going to charge us the market value? That's against the whole concept. Like, we're buying in bulk. I am saying I will buy them all up front if you give us like a bulk discount is the idea. But if you're not giving us a bulk discount, if we're still paying premium prices, what's the point? I could just, whatever games I'm going to go to, I could just buy a ticket. So anyways, everyone get rid of your season tickets. All these teams need to feel it. And if anyone wants to buy 49er tickets, face value, no fees, free food, right under the overhang. So if it's raining or anything, you're not going to get rained on. The York Suite is right behind me, so you might see a Hall of Famer. I've met Alex Smith, Joe Staley, Patrick Willis, Justin Smith, all sitting right behind me. I saw Condoleezza Rice for some reason. I didn't know she was big into football, and she went to Stanford, so that was awkward. I didn't talk to her or anything. It was just like, why is Condoleezza Rice here? That's weird. Do you have the Falcons game available? No, since that's the only one I was able to sell, sir. That's why I like Gabe, because he knows what he wants, he knows what he needs, and he takes it. You know what I mean? How much they charge you for your PSL license? It's $5,000 a seat, so $10,000 total. And you have to pay it off in 10 years. Are you going to the Super Bowl? I'm not, no. I can drop a deposit to secure tickets, but I do not have the money for that. I would maybe have the money for that if I wasn't taking my niece to Disneyland, but I'm taking her to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary. And that, my friend, that is priority. And we've already gone over this. Gabriel likes to get upset about it, but I really don't want the first Super Bowl or only Super Bowl I ever go to be at Levi Stadium. I go to Levi Stadium all the time. I know the place like the back of my hand. And as I always say, I am not going to wake up in my own bed to go to the Super Bowl, dude. I need to be in a new city I've never been to or barely been to, in a hotel. I need the whole experience. I'm not waking up in my own bed for the Super Bowl. Sorry. Didn't want to go to the Super Bowl in his hometown anyways. No. You're right. I didn't. Anyways, what else? By the way, I got this hat in the wrong size. I don't know how that happened. I tried it on in the store. It felt good. Oh, did you guys see the patch too? It's got like flowers on it. It's pretty cool. But it is better quality than the normal hats. But I don't know how I got the wrong size. Like, part of me thinks maybe I grabbed the wrong one after I tried it on. Maybe I set the wrong one back on the shelf or something. I don't know. But it's a little too tight. But that's fine, dude. I need to constrict my head so it doesn't get huge. Hey, do you guys remember? This is weird. This is a weird thought I had. I feel like I barely ever hear like waiting room music anymore. I need to spend more money than I would have if it was already at home. Yeah, whatever, dude. The Giants made the World Series. Would you go? Yeah, but baseball is different. I've been to one World Series game. And yes, World Series is different because you play, it's not a neutral site. So for me, I want the neutral site to be somewhere that's novel to me. I don't want it to be somewhere that I'm just used to. How's that special? It would feel the same as a normal football game. There would just be more tents and media. So yeah. Oh yeah, waiting room music. Like people, the only time I notice waiting room music now is in like commercials where they show like a awkward, quiet waiting room, and there's just like, that like elevator music on. I don't know why. This is just a weird thought I had. Like, I feel like I never just hear music on in like waiting rooms or like offices anymore. Am I tripping, or do you guys ever hear like music, or even like stores? Do stores play music? I feel like they don't. Maybe I just can't hear it anymore because I'm old. I don't know. Well, what was funny is like I remember in my mom's office that she worked in when I was a kid. This is so weird. Like in the office, it just played music. Like now, I've worked in a bunch of offices. There's no music playing. Like someone has to bring a Bluetooth speaker or something. I don't even know. Like it just had speakers in the ceiling at this office, and it would just play like R&B, like soft oldies, soul, like slow jams. Here and now, I promise to love faithfully. Right, and you're just in the office, like. Right? I don't know why. It was like so funny to me to think like I'd never hear that anymore. Sexual healing. Here and now. It's funny, whenever I hear Luther Vandross now, that's what I think about. I think of my mom's old office. I'm tripping, okay? Definitely hear music in the grocery store in the waiting rooms now because they're starting to play the music that was popular. Okay. Stores play music. I still work retail. Okay. I worked in an office that played music. It was horrible. Okay, so it's not... I just feel maybe... Honestly, like I've been in so many offices now, but they're all like Silicon Valley, like tech companies. I think the tech companies stopped with the music, with like the area music. I think it's a Silicon Valley thing. So it's just like silent. And I just think it's so funny to just think of like my mom when she was at work and the people. And I used to have to go to her job all the time because I didn't have a ride home. So I'd have to... There was a lot of portions of my life where after school... I would have to go to my mom's job and I would like play at her job, and she worked in an office. So like I would play, waiting for her to get off work. So a lot of times I would, actually, this is when I fell in love with like Oprah, and what was the other shows? Like Rosie O'Donnell had a talk show, like all the afternoon talk shows I loved. And I would just sit in the break room and like draw. So I would draw like I'd be drawing like Allen Iverson, and watching Oprah. But it's just funny to think like all these people in the office just listening to like slow jams. Like you can't get away from it. And I do remember when I worked retail, we had music also. And luckily, like it was these weird stations. It was kind of like Sirius XM, but like you had no interface. You just had a channel, and there was a list that said like channel 54 is punk rock, channel whatever. And so I would always put it on R&B actually, or like funk. And I remember I would put it on like something like that. I would put like funk on, and customers would be like dancing. They'd be like, "Oh, I like this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm DJing right now." Promise to love faithfully. And you're just typing up insurance reports. That's funny. Never too much, never too much. Just stamping insurance reports. Never too much, never too much. Just, Let me approve or deny this insurance request. Making love between the sheets. Boom, 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 boom. Anyways, that was just a funny thought I had. Because I was helping someone edit something, and there was a Luther Vandross. It was an anniversary thing, so their wedding song was Luther Vandross, and I was just like, man, it's funny how every time I hear Luther Vandross, I think of this office at this insurance company in downtown Redwood City. We're so preoccupied with the cell phones that we don't pay attention to anything else. Oh, you're saying that you're saying I have zero awareness, dude? Is that what you're saying, Mark? I want to quit my job so bad. I mean, search, man. Job search. See what you can find. Makes sense because they're all programmed. They have earphones on. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. I think that's what it is, man. I think tech companies just don't do it now. But it was so weird thinking about it because I never really thought about it. Like, the speakers were just embedded in the ceiling. You know what I mean? It's estimating for a building company, so I needed to focus, and that's hard when Katy Perry's banging out "I Kissed a Girl." What up, Deuce? Phil Donahue. Yeah, Phil Donahue was a little bit before my time, so I did watch Phil Donahue when I was really little. But he went off the air like I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, I want to say. But I think one of my babysitters liked Phil Donahue. Someone liked it and would always watch Donahue. Yeah, Jerry Springer. So Jerry Springer was cool. I preferred like Ricky Lake and Jenny Jones. I like Jenny Jones though. That was my favorite show. To me, it was funner. Jerry Springer was a little more like controversial and like fighting and stuff. Jenny Jones was like fun. It was like silly and goofy. Ricky Lake was probably my third. It was fine, but Off the Wall by MJ always gets the people moving for sure, bro. I'm telling you, like, because you know we would just have like some super generic stuff on in the store I worked at, and then we put some funk on, or we put like some like 80s music. Sometimes I do 80s music and it'd be like freestyle. It'd be some MJ and stuff, bro. Like the customers would be dancing. They'd be like, man, this music's good. Like, I'm like, that's right. When I'm here, we're having a good time. Right? And meanwhile, my mom's at her office. Never too much, never too much. What's love got to do with it? That was like, that was what they always played. It was like 70s, 80s, like slow jams and R&B. For some reason, that was her office's playlist. Which made me like a lot of those songs. I mean, I really like that music. A little late tonight, but wow, Devers is actually a giant. Yep. We already talked about it, so I'm not going to go over it, but I'm excited, just hopeful, you know, that he needed a change of pace, and like if there was supposed behavioral issues or whatever, it was just because him and management were butting heads, and hopefully he's cool. I just don't know where he's going to play. I forgot to mention that earlier. Like, is he going to play first? Because he didn't want to play first, I thought. We have Chapman in third, so that's out. And I thought third was what he wanted to play. I mean, we do have a hole at second base. I like Fitzgerald. I really like him in the field. Has not been hitting. So I don't know. We'll see. I think I enjoyed Maury. Maury was cool. Yeah, I like Maury over Jerry Springer too. But my favorite was Jenny Jones. It was the funniest. It was silly. It was goofy. Had what's his name? Dang it. What was that guy? There was like a recurring guest. And he was always talking trash. What was his name? He ended up getting a radio career after that because of that show. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. Never too much. Never too much. Everyone's talking about the murder from the Jenny. Rude Jude. That's what it is. Rude Jude. You guys remember Rude Jude? Yeah, I don't know. He's down for second base. I don't know. Use him at third until Chappie is back. Yeah. I'm just hoping Chappie's not out for too long. Especially the paternity test episodes of Maury. Yeah. Do you like Coldplay? I mean, I don't dislike Coldplay, but I don't know any of their music besides like the the smash hits. You know what I mean? So, yeah. No, Coldplay is always cool though. It's fine, you know. Hot just like an oven. Let me type up these insurance papers. Sexual healing. All right. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, I was going to say comparing eras is stupid. I really don't even feel like getting into this now. I shouldn't have put it on here, but it's just so like when people are like LeBron fans will be like, oh, he would have destroyed back then, or like they'll say some role player now would have been Jordan if he played, you know, in the 80s or 90s or something. It's just so dumb, dude. It's just so dumb because it's like every era is its era. Like it's all different. Like sports science is different, right? Like medical science is different. They didn't like the 80s, 90s players. They didn't have the HGH that LeBron gets to take. And I'm not saying LeBron would have sucked or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it was a different era. So he would have had to adapt to that era. And then it's like to say, oh, Jordan would be like a, who'd they say? They always say like Jaylen Brown. Jordan would be Jaylen Brown now. Like upstairs neighbor's kids screaming. Yep, screaming just for funsies. They always say that, and it's like, you don't think Jordan would adapt to like sports science and like the way the game's played, and like it's just crazy. And people talk about like how they will base, like they'll watch an old clip. They always say the TikTok thing was open the vaults or we're done with the 90s, whatever. They'll show an old clip, cherry picked, of course, but it's like they're not even taking into account that the rules were different also. Like half the players now, especially like point guards, any of the point guards, any of the hero ball ISO players, they would have been called for a carry like every possession if they played in 1994, dude. Back then you couldn't carry. Now I think Allen Iverson was probably a big reason that was changed. Allen Iverson used to get called for carries all the time because of his crossover. And I think the league eased up because he was so popular. The crossover was popular. And they thought it would be better for the game to just not trip on it so much. But you couldn't carry. Now they carry all the time. Like someone who, like Kyrie, who everyone says might have the best handles of all time, which he might. He would be called for carrying all the time. Like, there's so many little rule changes that people don't talk about that affects the game and how the game's played. And so to think that like they just weren't athletic or they just sucked is like, it's stupid. So you have to compare every era to its era. You have to compare every player to their era, and that's it. Like, it's nonsense. Like, how do we know, like, someone that they say played against plumbers, whatever sport, right? Who's to not say that they would also not be a gym rat who's like on HGH and super athletic? Like, I don't know. And the thing is, like, we are a society that is constantly learning, improving for the most part. So of course sports science is better. But that doesn't discredit people from before. I just think comparing eras is stupid. Offspring's cool. I really don't listen to rock though. I'm not a rock guy. I'm a hip hop, R&B, soul, funk. I like old like Dixieland jazz and Chicago jazz. I'm not really a rock guy. Fact that 1980s, early 90s basketball was way more physical. Yeah, they would shove across the court. LeBron would literally flop. Yeah, they didn't flop back then. It's just a different game. You just can't compare, and it's just stupid. Players that were the best back then would have absolutely dominated. That's what I'm saying. Like they would have also adapted the things we've learned or the new better ways of training or sports science. And you know, people try to cherry pick stats between like LeBron. Like obviously LeBron has crazy longevity, Jordan has crazy peak, and they try to compare like, oh well, LeBron did it in less shots, and it's like, yeah, with way more 3-pointers. The 3-point line was it non-existent when Jordan came in, or did it just get implemented? I can't remember what year. It either didn't exist or it got implemented after. And then they moved the line too. Like, it all changes. So it's like, yeah, of course LeBron had more points and less shots. He took a lot of 3-pointers. Talent transcends eras. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But you have to judge it based on the era they played in. Yeah, it's like they talk about, they say they're non-athletic. And it's like, dude, look at David Robinson. He was a freak. A freak. Do you think Moses Malone would have not been putting in work right now? Worst diet, smoke cigarettes, drank like fish. Yeah. And so imagine those players would have adapted. How fat Babe Ruth was, for example. Yeah, Babe Ruth to me is like a strange, like I don't get it. Because he was so much better than everybody else. And I just want to know, like, it's hard for us to judge because we can't watch. Like, what made him so good? Because it wasn't athleticism. Was it just straight motor skills? Because, I mean, he pitched too. Like, how was he so much better? Like, that's one thing that's like, I wish we had more footage of him playing. Like, we do have footage of him, but it's all when he was much older. So I'm just like, what was he doing? That was, and he's one where I'm like, I feel like he wouldn't adapt, you know? I feel like he wouldn't, but maybe he would. I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm just saying I'm skeptical. Okay, who working dog turns pillow. That's what Celtics fans did to Bill Russell. Babe Ruth used to eat hot dogs and drink beer before a game, smoke in the dugout. Yeah. He'd hit dingers so he didn't have to run. True. But I mean, he played the field like when he was younger, he did run. You know what I mean? Like we have this idea of Babe Ruth when he was much older. Like, and even some of the pictures and photos that people always show was after he retired. So it's like, that's not even his playing days, but it's just, that's the footage and the photos we have. So if you're talking like the 1900s, I don't know how he looked really, you know, like I don't know how much better in shape he was. Maybe he was fast. I don't know. But it's crazy how much better he was than everyone else. So I'm just like, how did that guy figure it out? I don't know. There's time in the NBA when players would smoke crack on the bench or in the locker room. I mean, they did a lot of crazy stuff in all the sports. There's parts of the stream I missed. I'm interested in that Vita Blue. All right, Diosa, hit me up. Spider on my wall? Dude. Dude, you're scaring me, dude. You're scaring me. No. Where? Dude, don't do this to me. Where's the spider, dude? Here, you got to tell me where it's near. We got Johnny Cueto. We got Draymond, Bobble Cheeks, Cactus, Lantern, Giants Ball, Holy Grail, Willie Mays statue, Marshawn Lynch. Where's it near? Jake, where are you, dude? Where's the spider, dude? I'm scared. I'm not a spider guy, folks. I'm not a spider guy. Behind my poster? So that? I'm gonna have to watch back the stream. Hold on. I'm gonna watch back the stream. Because now I'm so scared, dude. You got me so scared. I'm watching back the stream. Wait, I'm not seeing one. It just might be digital artifacts. Huh. I don't know. I'm scared, dude. The frame of you. It might be gone, but I saw it. Alright. I'm not seeing it on the stream. I'm watching back the stream. Oh, man. I hate spiders, dude. Spiders are amazing. They eat mosquitoes. Are huge protectors. I have 1 million spiders and mosquitoes. I mean, I'm not like trying to kill it. I'm just trying to not have it crawl into my ear, you know? I don't know. I'm not seeing it on the stream. I'm like clicking through. Did it go by fast? Or was it like chilling? Jake. Don't come to Australia. No, I've heard about that. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm clicking through the stream. I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna have to watch this back later. I don't know what's going on, dude. Just thought I'd make things interesting. Wait, so did you lie? Dude, because now I'm gonna be like uncomfortable. Anyways, yes, comparing errors is dumb. Comparing errors is a waste of time. You know, the athletes for thousands of years, man, athletes have tried super hard. They just didn't know any better, right? Like when baseball players would smoke cigarettes and whatnot, they didn't realize what harm they were doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. Bay Area doesn't really have mosquitoes. We have some, but not a ton. It's not like the South or something. John Fisher's coming out of my ear. That would be the worst. There's between spider and tarantula. Come on now. Let's be adults in the room. No. Dude, I don't like spiders. I'm sorry. It moved fast? Okay. Hopefully it was just like a digital artifact or something. Because I do have the little glitchy stuff up there. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm going to try to watch it back later. See if I can pinpoint. But yeah. All right. Yeah, don't compare eras. I don't want to hear it, dude. And the thing is, like, everybody thinks their era is the one. And I think that's what annoys me, because every generation does this. Every generation thinks they had it the best. They had it figured out. And we know that. We know that every generation does that. And people still do it. Why? You know? Like, oh, cartoons are stupid now. We had it so much better. Cartoons were so much better when I was a kid. You know? We had to run home from school so we'd catch the last 7 minutes of DuckTales. And if you missed it forever. You know? And then you could watch Tailspin with commercial breaks and you couldn't do anything about it. It was so much better. What was the one I saw? Oh, like Playgrounds. People were like, "Oh, Playgrounds are so safety now and injury proofed and blah blah." We had we had wooden playgrounds. You get splinters and concussions. And we were tough. It's so stupid. You know, we broke our arm. We broke our arm on the on our playgrounds. They're way better. Like, not to say that I think there's a lot of things that have changed that suck. Like, obviously, I mean, there's a trade-off because, like, when I was a kid or even before, like, before my time, kids had way more freedom. I told you guys, me and my cousin were let loose on the Las Vegas Strip for hours, like a whole day, multiple times. There was no police called. There was no CPS visits. That's just our grandmother and my grandmother, my cousin's mom. They were just like, oh, here's $20, stay in the arcade. And guess what? We didn't. And yeah, so I think the freedom for kids are like to go out in the woods and build an unsupervised, unregulated treehouse. Like, that kind of stuff was awesome. But at the same time, there was also more kidnappings and children being murdered and assaulted and terrible things happening to them. So it's kind of a trade-off, right? It's not all bad. Generation's better. We had G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters. See, it's not, though. That's all my favorite stuff. G.I. Joe's my favorite of all time. But, like, it's not better. It's just, that's just what you like. You know? Like, the worst of it is music. People are always like, oh, music sucks now. And they've been saying that for 100 years. Every generation, as soon as they hit like 25 years old, there's like, oh, music sucks now. It was so much better when I was 13. I was coming of age and I was just starting to get into the opposite sex and dating. And I had music that set the tone and we went to school dances. Of course, dude. Like, we're always going to love, like, the players that we saw when we were kids. How often have you heard a grown adult say that their favorite player is, like, a current player? Almost never. It's always who was the guy when they were a kid. Look, every generation does this, and every generation is wrong. Because there is no better. It's just different. Changes. Things change. Some things, I could say you can make an argument if it's better. I'm talking about in general. You know, like music, people are just... Dude, when I was a kid, I remember, 30-year-olds saying music sucks now. And that was like the mid-90s. There's been some great music since then, dude. We didn't have Kendrick. This is a good way to prove you're open and closed. I find that music is amazing through multiple different generations. Yeah, no, me too. I still seek out and listen to new music. I listen to a bunch of old music. I mean, I throw on some Louis Armstrong sometimes. I love, like I said, old Dixieland, Chicago jazz. I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm all over the place when it comes to music. But this is the way I always saw it. What's up, David? This is the way I always saw it. Like, when it comes to, I guess this is more like just pop culture in general, especially music. When you're younger and you start to see what's popular and your friends start talking, people at school start talking about the Sabrina Carpenters or whoever's hot, right? You board the train, the hip train. You board the hip train. And now you're on the hip train. And you're riding the hip train and your friends are hip and you're talking about the new release from so-and-so and the new video game and this player is about to set a record and this is the type of clothing that's cool and these shoes are the best and blah, blah, blah. But at some point, almost everybody, they get to a stop and they get off the hip train. And then the train leaves and keeps going. Now, I think a lot of people, it's like 25 to 30 years old. Like the friends I know, they just like stopped listening to new music. It was like 25, 30 years old. And they just hate on everything else. Then they're at their station they got off on, just hating the train that's still going down the tracks. That's kind of how I always envisioned it. So for me, especially when I was doing music, I never wanted to lose that. So I'm like, I'm going to stay on the train as long as I can, you know? Like, I'm not going to hate on the younger generations because they do things differently or have different preferences. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be another normie just with normie takes. It was so much better when I was a kid. I loved the concussions and splinters that the playgrounds gave me. Do you remember one? Do you remember? I was about to say, but there was one time we had at my school we had 2 playgrounds on each side. There was like one at the top of the hill, and then there's one at the bottom of the hill because my school was kind of on a hill. And the one at the bottom of the hill had tan bark. And I remember I was fighting this kid, and he grabbed a handful of tan bark and threw it in my face, and my mouth was open. So I had tan bark shards all in my face and mouth. So I think I ran to the drinking fountain to like wash my face and mouth out. And I think me and him fought again like the next day just to get it out of our system. It was so much better. Some of the new music is pretty cooked now, though. Not all some. But it's not the new music. There's always... Every era has terrible music. We just don't remember it because it gets burned off. And then only like the really good stuff lasts. Just the classics last. But I'm telling you, go to any year. Go to any year. Go listen to the music of like, go find the charts and ignore the hits that we all remember that still get played on like, you know, Throwback Thursday. And some of it is god awful, dude. And there's like some stuff when I was a kid where I'm like, man, I love that album. Oh, I love that group, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'll go listen to it. I'm like, oh, this did not age well. This is awful. I like this. Wow. So it's every era has that. And just the really good stuff is remembered. And then we only judge it based on that good stuff. And that's kind of how history is anyways. People are like, it was so much better. Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, polio. Polio was awesome. You know? Oh, I loved when... I love when childhood cancer survival rates were way lower. It was so much better back then. 90s did still have Pac and Biggie. I mean, Tupac's my favorite of all time, but that doesn't mean there's not incredible people since then. Yeah, I remember when LMFAO. Oh my God, LMFAO. They were so bad, but they were a product of the era, and they did their thing, and everyone had fun. They made a lot of great memories for people. Spotify has their weekly recommendation of their DJ radio, suggests different genres. I never use that, but I should. It's horrible. I don't want to grow old. I want to stay classy and classic. Just sounds like a bitter old person. I don't ever want to be a bitter old person. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to. Look, I at some point I just know things aren't for me anymore. You know, like I grew up. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the late 80s, 90s. Like, those cartoons are what I like. Now, here's the thing, though. Some of those cartoons I'll go back and watch, and they suck. They suck. But I loved them because it was my era. I'm trying to be pretty annoying. A lot of pop music sounds the same. Yeah, for sure. It's a formula. I mean, pop music like that, it's a formula. But it's a formula because it works. Because it sounds good. We like it sonically. So if it works, it works. It's like a cheeseburger. It's good. And there's going to be new burger spots opening up all the time because we know it works. Nirvana, some of the other songs on Nevermind and In Utero are arguably better than the hits. Yeah, for sure. The agent hasn't aged well as Steven Seagal. Yeah, I agree with that. There's a YouTube video out there that shows how music on the radio has become pretty much the same. Broke it down off music wavelengths. Well, yeah, there's definitely some objective changes that you can definitely argue are worse. And I think that automation in general can harm the arts. So with music, they all use, a lot of the engineers and producers, they use the same plugins with the same fixes, and it all starts to just kind of, it whittles it down till it starts to really sound the same. You know what I mean? I just didn't know if you prefer Pac or K-Dot. Tupac. I mean, Tupac's my favorite, but I like Kendrick, of course. Career bass hits overlaid at I do not have the dual Conseco, by the way. Okay, let's see. So Gabe wants me to show this. That's not bad. This is his career spray chart, right? Yeah. All right, I mean, that's a lot of dongs. That's a lot of dongs. Triple, triple. Dang, look at that one triple. Was that Boston? Does their little triples alley in left center go that deep? I know it goes deep, but dang, is that? I wonder if that's Boston. It's got to be. Or what's the other park that has a deep left center? I don't know. But interesting. Interesting. Well, let's hope. Let's hope it works out. Welcome to the Bay, Rafi. Welcome to the Bay. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, it's not, to me, it's just a waste of time. Like, if you go on like TikTok, for example, and you scroll, you'll just see all these small podcasts, and they're always debating, you know, LeBron versus Jordan. Is Steph an all-time great now? Or is he better than Magic? Blah, blah. It's the same arguments, and it's just like, I don't care, dude. I don't care. I'm just going to enjoy what I enjoy, you know? Like, I'm going to have preferences. You can have preferences, but that doesn't mean you need to hate on things outside of your preferences. So, like, for me, a lot of movies now, the movies will kind of, it's hard for me to get into them because they're so shiny, I feel like. Like, the lighting is way too, like, stylized. Like, if you watch an older movie, let's say 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even into the 2000s, the lighting feels much more natural. Where now the lighting just feels like studio lighting no matter what. And I don't like that. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, kids who grow up with that, they might prefer that. And then if they try to go watch an older movie, or if times change and movies go back to more natural lighting, they may hate that. I used to think TRO was a real vote ranking show. Yeah, I don't know how they game that. Back when Dave used to travel 3 continents just to get to a farm and fight for rations. That's what I'm saying. Diosa, don't you miss having to grow corn? Limp Bizkit. Yeah, Limp Bizkit was huge, man. Nobody remembers Inhumanoids. I don't remember Inhumanoids either. I think the cartoon I really like that a lot of people don't remember is Brave Star. I loved Brave Star. Actually, I still have I have a Blu-ray of Brave Star I got a few years ago. Have you ever heard of the 3 notes theory? Major hit music in the last 40 years, same 3 notes. Yeah, I have. I've seen like a video on it. It's a lot of music that uses lyrics of songs from other songs cut in into remaking the new songs, for sure. It's a formula that works, you know. What was the cream good in your soda? It was, yeah. It was actually really good. Pepsi with sweet cream from, I hate saying that, but Pepsi with sweet cream from KFC was good. Fenway has some bizarre dimensions with Pesky's pole and the Green Monster. Yeah, I think that triple was probably left center in Fenway. That triangle center field that reflects and bounces out usually gets a good triple out of it. Yeah, that's got to be. Loves that Mother's Day hat, by the way. I got that one too. Oh, I'm glad. I don't know if you missed the beginning, but this is a team issued. I got it at the ballpark. Team issued. And since I don't really, celebrate Father's Day, I figure I'd give a little shout out to Mama, you know? I think some of my favorite movies are John Hughes films. Absolutely. I've been watching like some old 80s stuff lately. We talked about, I think I already mentioned, but it was The Goonies 40th anniversary. That's my favorite movie of all time. I was trying to watch Short Circuit yesterday, but it's not on any streaming services that I could find. You had to buy it. I love those movies. Definitely, I guess, bring back just a sense of nostalgia and comfort. Like Home Alone, for sure. Home Alone brings a lot of like comfort to me. It says we need constant lighting to make it easier for CGI. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what it is. It's a whole documentary how lighting has changed over the years just recently. Yeah, that sounds definitely true. I just, for me, I don't like how all the movies even if they're outside, it just looks too glitzy and shiny. Like Fast and the Furious movies. If you watch the first one, I like the way it looked. It looked natural. And then the last ones, it looks like they're filming the whole thing on a green screen. I don't like it. It's like a tribalism in anything. I heard the current Superman fanboy argument between Snyder fans versus gun fans. Yeah, I agree, Jake. I did a TikTok about this the other day, and I agree. I don't care. I don't care about the online discourse anymore. I don't care who you think's a better player. I don't care what movies you like better. It's like, dude, just like what you like. Who cares? You know, the exception would be if there's harm being done or anything like that. Of course, I think there is reasonable things to complain about. But when people just create discourse just to have discourse, and for whatever reason, maybe it's the internet or maybe that's just recency bias or something, but I feel like so much discourse is always just combative now. It's like this versus this. This versus this. And it's like, can we just like, I guess like if I'm talking about movies, it's kind of like what we just did. Like, you're like, oh, I like Home Alone. I'm like, oh yeah, Home Alone brings me comfort. I like that. It's just positive. We're just yapping about the movie, right? But a lot of people is like, oh, I like Home Alone, and be like, oh, I like this movie better. It's better than Home Alone. It's like, why is everything got to be an argument? I just want to like enjoy stuff, you know? Like for me, it's like, I would say I think Steph Curry at this point is better than Magic Johnson, but I don't care to argue it. But if I'm talking about Steph Curry and I'm like, oh man, like this many points, like how impressive Steph Curry, I love him. And then someone else brought up Magic Johnson, I don't want them to be like, well, Magic did this and blah. I don't want to argue. Just be like, dude, yeah. And another one of my favorites, or you know who else is great? Magic Johnson. He did this and this. Like, isn't that cool that they both play? Like, why can't it be like positive, I guess, is my thing. And same with music. Even if you don't like it, like you guys were talking about like the music you like Nirvana and stuff. Like Nirvana is cool. Like if it's on, I don't hate it. But like I said, I'm not really a rock guy. But I enjoy you guys enjoying things. For me, it's like, oh no, I don't listen to that. I listen to this. I don't know. I just feel like people are so cynical and just everything's combative and hostile. And like politics, another great example, right? Like, why is it got to be? Just, I don't know. It's just let's just tell cool stories and listen. You know, like if someone's telling me like about an experience doing something that I've never done or I'm not into, I'm not like, oh yeah, well that's stupid. I like this. Nah, like tell me your experience. I want to learn. Like I want to know about it. Kids yearn for the coal mines. That's always a funny meme. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. They're bringing back Spaceballs. Yeah. I love Spaceballs. But I am just tired of sequels and remakes, you know. I think they're remaking Naked Gun also with Liam Neeson this time instead of Leslie Nielsen and Pamela Anderson. I think it's real. I don't know if it was an AI poster, but yeah, I don't know. The Fugitive, dude. The Fugitive is awesome. My front Short Circuit free on YouTube. No, it might be. I try to not watch movies on YouTube. I don't know why. It just feels weird. It feels like low quality. If you ever get a chance, watch My Blue Heaven. It has Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. I think I saw it when I was a kid. I don't think I've watched it since then. But I will check that out. I watched Honey, I Blew Up the Kid the other night because I wanted to see Old Vegas. And it was funny because I looked at it, like on the thing, it said how badly rated it was. Like critically, it's like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. I'm just like, God, critics, dude. I can't stand critics. Like, just, dude, it's a movie about a toddler being blown up by a machine. Like, not exploded, but like enlarged by a machine. Like, what do you expect, dude? Casablanca, dude? Huh? Like, just enjoy it for what it is. Do you get to see a giant toddler walking down Fremont Street? How's that not a good time? You know? Spaceballs 2 is supposed to come out. Yeah. No, the new Superman uniform is horrible, and so I decided to see Superman. I don't think I've watched any of the newer Superman movies in the last 20 years. I think I might have watched Man of Steel. I don't remember. They just didn't appeal to me. Just too much green screen kind of look. I would rather just watch Christopher Reeve's Supermans. Problem with Magic Johnson is he threw away his career. Couldn't even been a huge legend if he didn't screw around. Yeah, I mean, definitely a different time, but I guess he did a lot for like HIV research and all that. So, I mean, that's a good thing. That one show he did where he talked about it, was it like him and Arsenio Hall or whatever? And they were talking to like kids. That was like a huge deal at the time. Yeah, my music tastes are quite diverse. Nice. I think it's always good to have a diverse palette. It's definitely having remaking Naked Gun. The trailer's available. Funny joke about OJ. I kind of like that. I kind of want to see that. Yeah, send the trailer, dude. I want to watch it. I think OJ is looking up about the new Naked Gun movie. Yeah, maybe. Sharknado, by every metric, is a bad movie. Don't take things so serious. Exactly. It's supposed to be bad, Just take it for what it is, I think. But yeah, just stop comparing eras, dude. Just enjoy things. And, the cartoons you grew up with were not, like, objectively better than cartoons now or any other time. Just, that's what you like, dude. And it's fine to like what you like. That doesn't mean you need to be negative and cynical about everybody else. I guess that's my point. All right, we're selling Vita Blues, folks. We're selling Vita Blues. I'm gonna do how long has this been? 120? Okay, we got time. Let's go over. I have a show and tell, but I might wait for next week and we'll do these jersey concepts instead. I'm gonna say how Magic was able to survive. Yeah. Put in the Discord. Let's watch the trailer. So the trailer will get my stream claimed, and I'll have to like fight it to get it unclaimed. I hate Rotten Tomatoes. So many movies. Yeah, it's a stupid rating system where like it's not exact. It's like how many critics would recommend it. It's like this weird thing. Where can you buy from the Variety Shop? Well, I only have prints up there right now, but varietyshow.etsy.com has prints. But with the bobbleheads, you'll have to just hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram or Discord for the Vita Blues. I got 3 of them, 3 extras that I'll sell. Like $20, I guess, is a fair price, I think. I think I paid more for them, but that's fine. I just need money back. Got to get my niece to Disneyland, folks. Whatever it takes. I might have to DoorDash. It would be fine if I could sell some 49er tickets, but nobody wants to buy. I think everybody's kind of in the same position as me, so it's a buyer's market, you know what I mean? So many sellers are just like getting charged so much, and they're just trying to offload to like offset the cost. So there's a lot of tickets available. I'm assuming that's what the deal is, because it's been different. Like last year, this year, it's been different. Before, it was when we got them at a more reasonable price, it wasn't as hard to sell. Buy bobble cheeks for $1? No way, man. No way. All right, let's talk about some jersey concepts. So, if you guys haven't heard, I guess this is an official rumor, but the Warriors are supposedly bringing back the town jerseys, and apparently it's going to have a color scheme that's sort of like this, like a tan and brown. I don't know where this report came from, but this is a concept someone made. I'm really excited for the town jerseys to come back. And I do like some good like earth tones and a cream. I do like that. Kind of reminds me of, my favorite shoes are the Travis Scott ones. The reverse mochas is my favorite. Kind of reminds me of that. So I do like these colors. This mock-up is kind of boring, but I'm not opposed. I do wish we would get rid of the notched collar. In this mock-up, it's not as bad, but I've never liked the notched collar. I like a round collar. But yeah, what do you guys think? Town jerseys. Warriors need to do more for Oakland. About copyright claims on live streams. Apparently, if you go back and edit the stream after you post it, removing that portion of the stream, you won't get a copyright claim. Yeah, but I don't want to go through all that. You know what I mean? And it takes some time, so it'll like basically it could potentially block my entire stream until I fix it. Those were green and yellow, not cream and brown. Yeah, it's not supposed to be a green and yellow jersey. Looks AI. Well, yeah, this is just a concept. This is just some mock-up someone made. This is not real, you know. A bunch of NBA City just. Oh, they did. I missed those. So, but I like this. I don't want it exactly like this. I think it could be definitely zhuzhed up or whatever, you know. But the basic concept I'm excited about. I'm excited about it. What's up, Marie? Happy Father's Day to all the dads, absolutely, and also happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. That's why I'm wearing my Mother's Day hat. All right. So happy another Mother's Day, Marie. All right. So yeah, I'm excited about these. I can't wait to see the official ones. I hope they don't mess them up. Just keep them simple. You know what I think? Something like this with a super thin yellow piping. Just outline. I'd have to see in a mock-up, but just do like a yellow around the circle or something like that. Like a pop of yellow will be sick. All right, and then I want to show you guys, if you didn't see the official jerseys. Dang, I have so many tabs open, so forgive me. So, Orlando Magic, they just announced their new jerseys. And I'm very disappointed. To me, they're so close to great. They're so close. The original 90s Magic jerseys are some of my favorite. I have two different ones, right? I have a penny in blue like this. I have one from when I was a kid. I mean, it's just my thing, dude. It's my thing. And I will show you guys if I can find it. Yeah, I have the black version, I have the white version, and I have the blue version. So I mean, Penny was one of my favorite players, but also I love this classic Magic jersey. I just don't understand why the text is so bland, so plain, and so boring. Just the most boring text imaginable. And I think it ruins it. I don't know what you guys think. I think it ruins it. I think this is a mess. I think it's a mess, dude. Sue me. Hey, sue me, dude. Call your lawyers up and sue me right now. Sue me right now, dude. You know? Here, I was going to show you guys. I do have me as a kid in my penny jersey. This is before the pinstripes. Did they wear it without the pinstripes, or did they just release it like this? That's me and my grandma at Lake Collins, I want to say. I forgot the lake. It was very, very incredibly hot. In fact, that's why I have a water bottle to just spray myself down with water in between swim sessions in the lake. But yeah, I love this jersey, right? And I definitely prefer it with the pinstripes, though. But this is just, it's like, why is it so bland, man? Now, this is so cool how they did the half pinstripes. I love this, but the text ruins it. Text absolutely ruins it. Just, I wouldn't say ruins it. I think this is still a really cool jersey. But it could have been special, and I'll show you. I have some concepts. I have some concepts from Michael Irwin Company. Oh, let me show you the official logo too. I think I got it somewhere. Oh, here's the white one also. I want to find the logo. Here's all 3 jerseys. Dang, I didn't have. Okay, well, you can see in the top corner, that's the logo. Which I kind of like the logo. A lot of people don't, but I like it because it's kind of a redoing the OG logo. I think it could have been a little better, but that's what they went with. Now, this guy, Michael Irwin, came up with his own concept, which I think completely fixes all of these issues. Well, let me see what you guys are saying. So me and my dad were talking about how Oaklandish, well, it doesn't really restock. Yeah, they don't. They sell out. They just don't get restocked. Yeah, it's been a big problem. Ballers gear too, same way. The Warriors also have another jersey challenge to the South Bay San Jose. No. I mean, they could. I wouldn't hate it, but they don't need to. Speaking of the Magic, what do you make of them getting Bane? I saw that. I don't know. I barely watch the Magic, so I won't have an educated take on this. I do like a lot of their players. I like a lot of what they've done. I barely got to see them play. So I don't know. I did see they got Desmond Bane, though. Orlando takes is super bland. Yeah, absolutely. Ugly take on a classic jersey. Agreed. My dad has his crew neck Roots shirt from 2019. He's trying to buy a second one, but he hasn't found another. They haven't restocked. Yeah, it's annoying. Text reminds me when the NBA went away with scroll text for the finals logo. Yeah. I-5 corridor from Sacramento all the way up to Redding. Southern Oregon gets hotter. Might make the devil sigh. Yeah. I like the black and blue one better. Why is my nose itching, folks? Help me. I feel like allergies coming on. What do you make of the courts not having any finals logos? Stupid. Finals presentation is terrible. Terrible. Anyways, so this guy, Michael Irwin, he took the logo they've been using, and this is his new take. And I think it's phenomenal. I think it's fun. It's whimsy. It's reminiscent of the OG. It pops, dude. It pops. It pops. So, and he did some jersey concepts. I mean, I love this. Like, I think everyone in Orlando should get fired if they don't switch to these. Now they took the Orlando, but they added just a little, not a serif, but something to it. It just makes it look a lot better. It's just way cleaner. Way cleaner. You got this little star pattern. I mean, it's just way, way cleaner. I love it. I love it. And the jerseys, most importantly. Are you guys ready? Because these are phenomenal. Okay? Oh! Are you kidding? Look at that, dude. Everyone, look that way. Feast your eyes, dude. How beautiful is that? That is a cool jersey. It's not doing too much. The words, the text has some character, man. And this is what I like. The words have character and they let it speak for itself. They're not throwing all this extra stuff. And I watched a YouTube video the other day, actually, about a guy saying the jerseys, especially with Nike, they're always trying to tell a story. And they're like, and it's ruining a lot of designs. They'll be like, well, this stripe represents the fish market over there. And then this circle represents the portholes on the ships that would come into town and blah, 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 right? And it's like, this is just fun text, pinstripes, let's go, right? It doesn't need all this extra. The pinstripes do seem to have like a gradient at the bottom, which I don't even know if you'd really see with the jersey tucked in, so I don't know how that would work. But it has the gradient at the top too, just a nice, simple, just look at the perfect piping on the sides, not any of the fancy new piping, just rounded collar. These are beautiful. Beautiful, dude. This would be one of my favorite jerseys in the league. Look at that. The pinstripes with the gradient. The gray numbers make it really just looks good. You know, you don't overdo it with the colors. You just, just beautiful. The word mark pops. God, these are good. Michael Irwin, man. Michael Irwin, whoever you are, you know what you're doing. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful, dude. Oh. He needs a Sprite, Zero Sugar Chill, Cherry Lime, folks. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I need to wash something down. I need to just catch my breath here. Because good Lord, those are beautiful. Good Lord, those are beautiful, dude. Oh, like if they're going to trade Ja? I don't know. You think they're going to rebuild? I don't think so. I think they might just make that move. Who knows, though? Who knows? Current Magic logo, the basketball. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, these are the concepts, dude. These are just some dude made these. Some guy, dude. Some guy blew the Orlando Magic out of the water. Guess I saw the Magic playing the post they were rebuilding. Yeah. I mean, they've been kind of bad. And this is like their like a City Connect. I don't really like this one. Maybe gray with pinstripes I would like. This the side panels I don't like. I don't like this one that much. I still like it better than the ones they're doing. And then you got this one with the side panels, much better for the alternates. This one's pretty dope, I think. And this is kind of like, this is more of the like T-Mac, Dwight Howard reminiscent. And then these are like the Penny Shaq, you know. These are cool. The Hall of Five first round picks for Desmond Bane? No way. I didn't see that. All I saw was like a meme that said Desmond Bane headed the Magic. What? 5? Good Lord. Anyways, yeah, these are beautiful. So, you know, cool hat logo. I like it. Oof, the starter jacket concept. Come on. That would be sick. The court concept. I mean, this guy did it all. Got the Kia Center. You got the logos. I mean, just beautiful. I love the blue. Out of bounds. Kind of nice crosshatch. Yeah, this is nice, man. This guy, I can't say it enough. You know, God, this would look so much better, man. How cool to even think about, like, oh, let's do what, you know, the advertising would look like around the city, the rally towels. I mean, this guy went above and beyond. You know what I mean? What it would look like on TV. You know, souvenir basketball. I mean, dude, hire this guy, dude. Hire this guy. These are beautiful. Because this ain't cutting it, dude. Look, I can't do side by side, but look, take it in. And then boom. I mean, come on. It's not even in the same realm. Not even in the same realm. Two thumbs up for these concepts. All right, and then I saw another guy. This is, hopefully it has the name, but A IG page, I believe called Iconic Sonics, posted this. So these are concepts if the Sonics were to come back as an expansion team, which I think there's a good shot that they do. Magic's home court in 09 finals. I gotta go back and look. Underrated court design was those Raptors courts in the late 2000s where it looked like an optical illusion. I don't remember that. I have to look that up. So if the Sonics came back, some concepts. I thought these were really fun. This one's kind of out there, but I like it. I think it could be tweaked. I think the circles should be a little less intrusive, but I thought it was just fun to play with the arch they used to have, the classic arch, to make that kind of a circle pattern, which is kind of like a sonic boom, I guess. I think it's kind of cool. And this is the logo of whoever designed this. I do not have their name though, but it is on Iconic Sonics IG. Then another kind of just simple redo. These are fine, you know. I'm not, and they're fine. I'm not super into them. You know, I definitely like just the sides or the stripe. Stripes are always fun to me. They definitely kind of harken back to like some of the old jerseys and ABA teams and whatnot. So I like that. But these are just kind of bland. They also kind of chose more of a mustard yellow, kind of a gold yellow. And it's kind of a bland green too. So I don't know if that was on purpose or what. But like, see this green? I mean, this really pops. And this is kind of like, it's like muted green. You know, the green monster and Fenway green. I don't know. It's all right. These ones, not a fan. Not a fan. I understand they're trying to do like the space age thing. Oh man, yeah, I got allergies kicking me right now. They should put the faded skyline in on it. On which one? This one or this one? That'd be cool though. I always liked the old Sonic skyline thing. See, look how red my nose is too. Freaking allergies. 1 first round pick swap and 4 unprotected first round picks. KCP and Cole Anthony. For Desmond Bane? If the songs came back, they shouldn't change a thing about the jersey or logo. I mean, which jersey would you choose, though? They've had so many. You just want the last ones they had? KD should go to the Sonics if they come back. I mean, KD needs to retire at this point. I love KD, but yeah. But yeah, this one is really boring. I don't like this one. Not a fan of this one. Jenny, you got allergies too? It just hit me on the live stream. Like, all I want to do is just rub my nose right now. But for you guys, I'm trying not to, dude. I'm a professional. Yeah, these ones suck. Now, this is kind of cool. I would say a little too Warriors. But having the Space Needle is definitely cool. I don't know. Even like it has the horizon lines. It's a little too Warriors for me right now. But I like what they're going for. You know? KCP has a bad contract, so I guess that's why it's still a wild haul. That's a wild... Dude, all that for Desmond Bane is wild to me. That's the kind of haul I would expect for like Giannis. You know what I mean? I don't know. Probably ones they wore during Sean Kemp, Gary Payton era jerseys. Yeah. That's why I like that first one. Because it's like Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, but then they what am I trying to say? They jazz it up, I guess. With the sonic boom circles. So something like that might be cool. But yeah, I just like the Space Needle. And definitely, like Coda, like you said, having like a skyline on it is really cool. I always like that. You know, I love the old Denver Nuggets jerseys that had the skyline. I always think that's cool. So having the Space Needle as part of it, I definitely enjoy. The design wise though, like I said, a little too Warriors, and I feel like this idea could have been executed a little better. And this says it's by Peter Rogers, so I guess these are different concepts by different people. And this Sonics page just aggregated them. I like where you're going with, Peter. All right, then we just kind of have, this is kind of just an upgrade of the last Seattle jersey. I like this. I like the block letters. I'm always iffy about single stripe or single side panel rather. It's, I don't know. It throws it off. I like symmetry, so it kind of throws me off. But yeah, I don't mind the like slight V-neck. I usually don't like that. Like I said, with basketball jerseys, I always like a rounded collar. That's always my thing. That's why that's one reason I barely have any current Warriors jerseys from the last 15 years, because I don't really like the notched collar. But that's one reason I like to get like throwbacks more than anything. But this isn't too bad. It's like very, small V-neck with little like Sonics logo there. This is cool. I like the lettering. I think it should definitely be a better green, little brighter, little flashier green. Because like, if you're gonna bring the team back, that's what. If you're gonna bring it back, punch them in their face, dude. Get a green that pops. Seattle still loves the Sonics. One of the times I was there, an awesome Seattle sports fans, losing Sonics was the worst thing to happen in their city sports. I mean, I agree. I mean, they lost. Who'd they lose? The Pilots, but they weren't even there that long, I don't think. Well, like 1 year, something like that. So yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, today's been the worst. I've got my allergy meds and sneezing rubbing my nose. Okay, so it's not just me. I need to go take a Claritin. That's what I need. Sean Kemp is just interesting character. Sean Kemp's one of my favorite players. Probably my top 5 favorite players. Block letter Seattle jersey is best. Agreed. If the Sonics came back, I should hate everything about them. But what Sonics fans went through, feels wrong to hate them. Now, I've always liked the Sonics. I know they're in the West also, but they're definitely a team I've never hated. Even when the Sonics were really good in the 90s and they beat us down, I still respected them. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. They might be my favorite duo ever. I'd have to really think about it. But I think that's probably my favorite 1-2 punch of all time. I'm a big, huge Sean Kemp fan. And obviously, Gary Payton's from Oakland and from the Bay. And so, yeah, I have like a bunch of Sean Kemp shirts. I have 2 Sean Kemp jerseys. Sean Kemp is one of my favorites. So, yeah, I always had definitely had an affinity for Seattle. Here's another one that's pretty bold. I don't know why it's blurry. I apologize. I don't know what happened with that, but you got the side panel Space Needles. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't. Because usually I'd be like, it's doing too much. But there's something about it I like. I think I can deal with this. I think I like this. The lettering is nice. I like the lettering. It's fun. I love the classic piping. But it's not totally classic. If you see it kind of like, what's the word? The piping's not even. It's kind of, they stylize it a little bit, but rounded collar, which I like. I can't tell what the texture is like on the jersey itself. But I think if you got this in like a regular mesh, I think this might be beautiful. There's something about this I really like. Cricket, the collie has been looking fun. I know. I want to try to go. Green and flashy like those abandoned greenhouses. That's right. So the Riders defacing an iconic Key Arena. No, I didn't see that. I need to go to Key Arena. I think I could see just like a concert there or something. I think they have a bunch of just random events. I need to just go just to get inside. Didn't the Blazers also beat the crap out of the Warriors in that same era? Yeah. I mean, we struggled. Speaking of 96, was it 96, 97 or 97, 98? One of those years. Dude, Latrell Sprewell balled out, dude. I mean, he was averaging almost 25 points a game, like over 6 assists a game, plus defense. I mean, a lot of people forget that Latrell Sprewell made an all defensive team. He got defensive player of the year votes before. Like, he was a two-way player, and that year he was balling out. He balled out in the All-Star game. It just makes me sad, man. Like, what could have been for Latrell Sprewell? Like, obviously, after he choked the coach, he still went on, had some success with the Knicks. He made another All-Star game with the Knicks. He made a great run with the Wolves. They went, I think they should have made the finals, but the Lakers got all kinds of weird foul calls in that era with Tim Donaghy. So it's not like his career ended, but I still feel like, man, like if he could have built on that season instead of choking the coach. Dude, he was balling out that year. Go look. Songs with Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis. Yeah, that was a fun team. They should put the Mount Rainier faded on it between the Space Needle. That would be cool. Key Arena looks completely different. No, I know. They've redone everything. I just want to go inside the building and say I was inside. Oh, that's the last one of the Sonics ones. So I think this, if you're going to go crazy, do this with like again, most of these need a more interesting green. This one's probably my favorite. This is like the, right before OKC. This is kind of the Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis era. So this would probably be my number one. These, I respect it. I wouldn't choose them, but I like the Space Needle. These, not into at all. These, passable, not exciting. Wouldn't think twice. Wouldn't look twice, I mean. And these are fun. And if you're going to go for it, go for it. That's what I think. But yeah. Shohei's pitching tomorrow. Yeah, hope he gets rocked. Dude sucks, dude. That guy sucks. All right, did I show you guys the concept of a Vegas team? I might have showed you guys this. On another live stream. Latrell had a family to feed. Yeah, Latrell Sprewell, if you guys don't know, he turned down a pretty big contract extension because he said, I can't feed my family on that because he wanted more. And he ended up not getting almost like anything after that. Huge blunder that cost him like $20-30 million. 99 collapse against the Lakers. Inside was once known as Key Arena, is basically a brand new arena under the old roof. Yeah, I want to get in there. Everybody make perfect game, no hitter bets online. So I don't know if I showed you guys these concepts of if there was a Las Vegas NBA team. But they're interesting. So tell me if I already showed you guys these. I might have. Where'd they go? So the team would be called the Vegas Nightcats. Did I show you guys this or did I post in the Discord? Vegas Nightcats. Now, this is just a concept by Price Design Club, I think they're called. Price Design Club. I love the colors, but I think they're a little too Timberwolves. They're way too close to Timberwolves, especially when you're going to do like another fierce animal. But I like the design. I do like the font is cool. Nightcats is kind of a weak name. It makes me think of like a name a kid in elementary school come up with to sound cool. It really gives like Step Brothers vibes. Like, you have to call me Nighthawk. Was it Nighthawk? Whatever. Like, that's kind of what it. When I was a kid, I wanted people to call me Turbo or something. Because of American Gladiators. So this is the concept. Where are the jerseys? These are like alternate logos. I think the triangle one's really cool. But yeah, And I'll show you guys. This is like one of the jersey concepts. It's kind of like a satin, which is kind of weird. The colors and all that are cool. It's just we already have the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves should be leaning on the dark with blue and green more than they do. And these are the jerseys. I don't know. I think it's really well done, but yeah, it's not the one. I think the classic like Vegas star design that they use for a lot of like casinos, like the Stardust and all that, at the top is really cool. I do like the font. The one with the skyline is interesting. I don't know. Timberwolves in Jacksonville. Yeah, you're right. If Otani sucks, do you want him to what? Forever calling you Turbo now? Thank you. Finally. No, it's taken, but Las Vegas Aces. Great for a baseball team. Well, yeah, they already taken. Plus, they got the Reno Aces baseball team. And they have the Las Vegas Aviators. But yeah, I don't know. These are cool. But I'll tell you, here's my problem with it. So they did it in like a carousel, so I can't show you the whole court at once. But this is like the court design. I think the skyline at the bottom is super cool. Definitely a cool court design. But my problem is with the catchphrase. As you see at the bottom there, proud the night. And then they have this. Where'd it go? Like this proud the night. Like proud the night, dude. What are we, a serial killer? What are we, the BTK killer, dude? What are you talking about, proud the night? In Vegas? Where ladies of the night go missing out in the desert, dude? And you're going to prowl the night? No. No, we're not doing that. What are you talking about? Huh? It's not official, at least, so. Diamonds would be a dope name. I like that. Las Vegas Diamonds. And they could use the Vegas, like the star. Naming a team after the mob. I don't think they would do that. No. Vegas Hitman. Vegas Hitman would be a dope name. Between these two, who do you wish won the finals? Malone or Kemp? Kemp. I hate Karl Malone. I hate Karl Malone as much as I hate any other athlete on the planet. Karl Malone is, throw him in a bucket. He's in the bucket with my least favorite athletes of all time. So yeah, no. I'm so glad Karl Malone never won. I am already upset he won as many MVPs as he did. What did he get, 2? 3? I think just 2. Just fully embrace the culture and call us Vegas gamblers. Yeah, they wouldn't do that. Plus, they already had, was it XFL or something as the Vegas gamblers? I think. Or no, they're wait, are they the gamblers? There's a football team at one of the alternate leagues called the Gamblers. But anyways, dude, I'm not prowling the night, dude. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a serial killer. I'm not gonna kill hookers. So we're not prowling the night, you know. I'm not gonna go around the neighborhood checking if doors are unlocked, and then if they're unlocked, I say that's because God wanted me to kill everyone inside. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I've seen too many serial killer documentaries to want to prowl the night. So we're not doing that. So rethink, concept makers, rethink. And did you guys see I was the Terminator for a second? I think that means I'm dying. Anyways. So since 1946, the NBA has brought fans exciting basketball and megastars to various cities. Despite being an entertainment capital, they misspelled entertainment. Las Vegas is still devoid of an NBA franchise. With the recent additions of the Raiders and Aces, Vegas has proven itself as a world-class sports city. Now it's ready, blah, blah, blah. Vegas Nightcats bring a bold, fierce identity to the city's growing sports landscapes. Hey, NBA, Vegas is ready to prowl the night. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. There's enough home invasions and hookers going missing out there. And this is a family channel, but I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real, dude. I'm also real. Vegas. Famous Las Vegas star hovers above the prowling night cat. We might as well. The prowling night stalker, dude. Name it after the night stalker. The tongue shape forms a V for Vegas. This is kind of where I think, like, all right, stop overthinking it. Just make it cool. Like, it doesn't need to have all these hidden messages, you know? Lines in the basketball form the shape of the famous Las Vegas welcome sign. Like, all right, cool. I mean, that's kind of cool. I like that. But you don't have to force it, is my thing. But, you know, Vegas NBA basketball would be cool. I won't hate on it. I just hope they don't prowl the night and kill young, vulnerable women. Or retirees because they left their sliding door in the backyard open because it was hot. You know, we don't need that. That's all I'm saying. Let's not prowl the night. The Outlaws? Yeah, you're right. XFL was the Outlaws, but there was a Gamblers. Now between these two, Patrick Ewing or Reggie Miller, I don't like either of them either, but not like Karl Malone. I just don't like them for basketball reasons. I would have rather seen the Knicks win back then. I never liked the Pacers. And the Knicks, I didn't like Patrick Ewing, but I did like John Starks. I liked Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley. So the Knicks winning and getting Ewing a ring, I would have preferred over Reggie. They literally ignored the most successful sports team in Vegas, the Knights. Yeah, they did. Las Vegas Tricks is crazy. Las Vegas Degenerates is what it should be. Vegas is getting a team instead of stealing one from Oakland. Well, are they getting a team? I don't think it's official. The Mavericks are trying. I know that. Which would suck. I don't want the Mavericks to move to Vegas. I guess, I don't know. At the Soul game, I ran into the dude who gave me the members-only Roots scars, and he teased me a possible Roots Bobble giveaway. Nice. This season, too? That's soon. All right, let's do... I have a little more time, so let me do this little show and tell, folks. Little show and tell. I might sell this, too. Your boy is trying to get his niece to Disneyland. So if I'm having a garage sale on my social media for the next month, sue me, dude. Contact your lawyers and sue me if you have a problem with it. I shouldn't need to explain what the tricks would be controversial. No, you don't. You don't. We get it. We get it. I don't think I've shown this one, but I haven't shown any of the parks or any of the stadiums that I've gotten. But I got a Sportsman Park from St. Louis. Proud sponsor of the Sportsman Park Collectible. I don't know what that means. And it's got a little history. Cardinals owner Gussie Busch bought and renamed Sportsman Park to Busch Stadium in 1953. 1944 World Series was an all St. Louis matchup against the St. Louis Cardinals and the St. Louis Browns at Sportsman's Park. The Cardinals won 4-2. That's right. St. Louis had 2 professional teams, folks. Sportsman Park was the site of 7 World Series championships and a host of 3 All-Star games, 1940, 48, and 57. On May 2nd, 1954, Stan Musial set a Major League record with 5 home runs in a doubleheader. 5 home runs in one day. After the last game at Sportsman Park on May 8th, 1966, a helicopter carried home plate to Busch Memorial Stadium, which replaced it. There's basically been 3 versions of Busch. It's got the World Championships on here. What is this? Cardinals greats at Sportsman Park. Some of the best to ever do it. I mean, look at that. Kurt Flood, Bob Gibson, Roger Hornsby. And that's a list right there, dude. That's a list right there. Lou Brock. The original. Oh, why is it upside down? The original Stolen Base King was what I was gonna say. It's upside down for some reason. Oh, because it only has styrofoam on one side. Oh, it's a small one. This is a small one. Oh, put the box. You know, I love these small ballparks. Actually, I have a bunch of the Danbury Mint ballparks and whatnot that I'm also going to be selling. Check the Discord. Check social media. Look, your boy has to take his niece on Rise of the Resistance. So if you have a problem with that, dude, contact your lawyers, dude. Get them to send a letter to my lawyers. But until then, dude, your boy's trying to get his niece to Disneyland. Sue me. I don't want to break. Like on these things, you got to remember the lights are always what breaks. But, ooh, this is a nice one. That is cool. I got to look up what this facade looked like in real life. But, man, nice. Nice detail on a smaller version. And it's all intact. All the lights are good, right? Flagpole's good. A lot of these is hard to find with a good intact flagpole. I don't think I'm going to sell this one. I think I'm going to keep this one. But I do have extras of some. So, actually, I think I'm going to keep this out of the box. I might put this on my shelf somewhere. Let's see what the original facade looked like. Interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's an era right there. Look at the Mustang right there. That looks like an Impala in front. The old buses. I like the Coca-Cola sign back there. Kid walking with the pennant. It's hard for you guys to see because I'm kind of blocking it. Here, let me see if I can. Yeah, see the kid walking with the pennant right there? It's cool. So let's see. This is like that. That's kind of the view. It's hard to see, but that's kind of the view right there. In the model, the smokestack is smaller than it was in person, looks like. That's cool. Sportsman's Park. Let's see. It's a beautiful ballpark. That's a beautiful ballpark, man. It's crazy. Like when you look at that amount of history there, people don't really bring this one up. I feel like it's very forgotten, you know? Is this? They had horse racing there? Or is this a different Sportsman's Park? I wonder. Do they turn it into a field? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the history of Sportsman's Park that much, so this is something I definitely gotta look into. They had football there. Dude, I think this is it. I think they had horse racing there. Interesting. It's a cool shirt. Yeah. There it is, folks. St. Louis. St. Louis, dude. Anyways, yeah. Mavericks moving to Vegas makes more sense. That's why Mark Cuban sold. Yeah, they're pushing for it. The group that bought it, or someone's trying to push for it, and they're trying to do. Apparently, they're trying to do like a joint casino arena situation. Any Warriors bobbleheads you were thinking on selling? Well, that's what I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide if I want to break up the pack. Like, it would suck to break up the pack, so I feel like ethically I shouldn't, you know? But if things get dire enough and my niece needs to get on Rise of the Resistance, I might have to. I'd like to avoid that, though. If anything, I might try to sell the whole pack. You know? I don't know. We'll see. I'll be posting in the Discord and on social media. I need to try to sell stuff so that, you know, me and the bug can eat food. 'Cause Disneyland's so expensive. It's crazy. And yeah, the 49er tickets price is going up and all that. It's just been hard, man. This economy, dude, is not easy to live on your own and fund a YouTube channel that gets 120 views. You know what I mean? It's not easy, dude. It's not easy. It's not easy to spend. How much did I spend on the All-Star game? 1,500, $2,000, something like that on the All-Star game in total to get like 900 views, you know? I don't even, is it 900? It might not even be 900 views, but that's a lot of money to spend. That's, yeah. I didn't even get a view per dollar spent. So, yeah. I know I've mentioned before, like last year I focused on baseball. This year I wanted to focus on history. And I know I haven't put out a lot of history videos yet, and we're already in June, but that's because history takes more time. So I have 4 history videos like I'm editing right now. One of them is ready to go, but I realized I want to put them out in a better order because one of them references the other and stuff like that. So like I was like, oh, I got to do it in this order. And so I had to go back and start editing this older one that's been on the back burner for 3 years now for other reasons, outside reasons. I couldn't put it out yet, or I didn't want to, because I was supposed to be working with a history department of the county, and they kind of big leagued me and ghosted me. And so I wasn't going to put the video out, but now enough time has passed where I'm like, screw it, let me just put it out. So anyways, I did not forget my commitment to myself that I wanted to do a lot of history videos this year. I filmed some, I've been editing some. It takes more time to put out. So they're almost ready though. I got a bunch ready, so we'll see. NBA let a big market like Dallas not have a team. Yeah, I don't know. Silver would probably shoot down an idea of the Mavericks moving. Yeah, he might, but money talks also. Those jewel box ballparks are almost gone. Agreed. It's going to hit the parks last Tuesday. 1 day, no hopper, $142. Yeah, you know what? Jenny, I've done that too. Like, there's times I've been in the area where I'm like, man, I'd love to go to Disneyland. But I'm just like, nah, I'll just go to downtown Disney and chill. Go get something to eat or something. Just go shop. So I already bought our tickets. So our tickets are paid for. But I need to get her flight still, and I got to make sure I have enough money for the hotel. And we're going to be there for over a week, so obviously the hotel is going to add up. We're only doing the more expensive hotel, which is not a Disney hotel. We're staying at my favorite, which is the Tropicana that I showed you guys last week or the week before. We're staying there, and their prices have gotten astronomical also. We're only staying there for the Disneyland portion of the trip. And then the other portion of the trip, I still got to get another hotel, and I'm going to find something way cheaper. We might stay in LA because there's a lot of LA stuff she's never gotten to do. So we might do like La Brea Tar Pits or something. But also I found out my mom might go with us. So I might be road tripping with my mom and my niece. So that might change things too, because I don't know what my mom wants to do. I know she would love La Brea Tar Pits because she took me when I was a kid. I don't think we've been back since. She might have taken my brother at some point. But, yeah, so me and my niece, we're going to road trip and figure out, I don't know where we're going to stay yet, but we're going to stay somewhere. And then we're going to Disneyland. So, yeah, luckily our tickets are paid for. But, yeah, more than anything, I'm worried about the hotels, and I still got to get her flight. I haven't even got her flight yet. And if you guys haven't ever, when you have an unaccompanied minor on a flight, it's like an extra like $150 to $200 per flight because they have like a chaperone and all these like safety things, which is great, but it's an extra cost. So, yeah. But we'll be at Disneyland again. I don't know if I'll film too much there. I kind of want to just enjoy it. I don't know. I spent years and years of my life not really enjoying stuff because I'd always be worried about filming and stuff like that. And when I do that and I have no social life and no money and no time, because I'm just, all my free time is spent editing and trying to come up with ideas and all that. And then you get 120 views on something you worked for weeks on after 9 years of doing it. You're just kind of like, should I keep killing myself for nothing? Or should I just go and enjoy myself with my niece and maybe my mom? My aunt and uncle are going to be there. Like, it's going to be a whole thing and it's going to be fun. So I'm just like, life is short. Let me just enjoy it, because you weren't going to get any views anyways. Nobody cares. So I might just enjoy myself, We'll see. Then again, though, the Disneyland videos I did, they were not like, I didn't go out of my way. We just had fun. So I could do that because it didn't feel like an extra burden. We just kind of had fun. So I don't know. We'll see. Bear Throwbacks, what up? Post any videos on your trip? I already did. I posted, I only got to film Hagia Sophia because it started storming. Huge storm hit, and everything I wanted to do was outside. I was going to do a Topkapi Palace, mostly outside, so I couldn't do that. Galata Tower, which I did do, so I have a members only version of it, but it was still raining that day. And so I wasn't able to like drone it or anything. So I just didn't want to do like a half-ass video. So, but there is a members only. So if you become a member on the channel, there is a video from Galata Tower, and extras from Istanbul. And then the other thing I wanted to do was, the one thing, dude, the one thing I wanted to do, the reason I wanted to go to Istanbul was the, Basilica Cistern. So I go, walk up, it's closed, and there's a notice on the door that says closed for renovations for like 2 years. It's like when you go to a place, you don't really check if a historical location is open or not. You just assume it's open. I don't know. I feel like I would just go to Paris and just be like, well, the Eiffel Tower is there. It's going to be there. And then you go and the Eiffel Tower is under renovation for 2 years and you can't go. It was kind of like that. So I didn't look it up. Stupid. But whatever. So I do want to go back to see that and do like a full Galata Tower video. And then I want to do the other there's a huge tower, the modern one. It's like a futuristic. It looks like aliens landed across the bay. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, I do want to go. So I have the Hagia Sophia video, and I think I have 2 members only videos of just extras and just interesting stuff around Istanbul that weren't like full episodes. Jenny still needs to go to Knott's. Jenny, have you not gone to Knott's ever? Are you also doing Knott's and Universal? My niece wants to go to Knott's. I love Knott's. I would love to go to Universal because I haven't been there since I was a kid. I want to go to Magic Mountain too, like on the way. That would be perfect. But I'm broke. So I'm leaning towards us doing cheap stuff. Like we can go to Santa Monica Pier and just walk around, maybe do a ride or two. We could do, La Brea Tar Pits is pretty cheap and you can walk the grounds. So I'm thinking about doing just cheaper stuff like that. And we did Knott's last year for 2 days, so it's not like we're missing that. I would love to do Knott's, but that's an extra if we go for a day, that's like an extra $100 at least, and then plus food, plus parking. I just don't know if I can afford it. Like, maybe if I can sell some of these 49er tickets or some of these prints or bobbleheads, maybe. But as of right now, it doesn't look likely. Which would make me sad because I want to go to Knott's. I love Knott's. It's one of my happy places. Bring up SeaWorld. I've never been to SeaWorld either. I almost took an unaccompanied minor because the thought of being on a plane alone at 12 scared the crap out of me. Yeah, me too, actually. That's facts. I do need to get there. You do. Like, just, you don't have to do anything but the ghost town area. If you just like the history of, like, theme parks, it's great. Going to any Dodgers games? No. So the week I'm there is going to be All-Star break. So it sucks because, like, I was like, I thought me and my niece could maybe go to an Angels game. If you guys saw, me and her went to Globe Life last year. We had a great time. She likes baseball. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. We could maybe hit an Angels game because we're going to have a few days free. But of course, it's the All-Star break, and then they're out of town too. So we're not going to hit an Angels game. And Dodgers games are probably too pricey right now, so I got to save money. Long story short, my mom had a massive health problem. My parents tried to make a surprise here in Iowa. Just couldn't do it. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Hawaii when I was a kid, and I didn't want to do it. My dad flew with me and dropped me off in Iowa and flew home the same day. Jenny, you got to go to Knott's. Guess Hollywood stuff, again, sounds expensive. I mean, Hollywood, the thing is, like, LA, there's enough cool things that don't cost money that are outdoors. I mean, we could even go to Griffith Park. There's a lot of cool stuff. So we're probably going to do stuff like that to save money. Have you ever been on Angel's Flight? I've never been on it, but I've been to it. And that is a video I have planned. Actually, they're not here. I have some Angel's Flights postcards for my eventual video. What trip? Me and my brother were supposed to do an Angel's Flight video. I don't remember when. In the last, like, 2 years. So, yeah, I've been there. I've never actually ridden them. I've walked around them and gone to... I really like Grand Central Market across the street. So that's... Like, I worked in LA for a week a few years back. I was down there for a week, and I had lunch at Grand Central Market, like, almost every day. I love the Angel's Flight thing. I want to do a video about it, and I have a bunch of postcards. I have a bunch of, like, research material and pictures saved. So yeah, I will eventually do an Angel's Flight video. You know what? Let me ask my niece. If my niece is down, maybe we'll do an Angel's Flight video. Actually, that sounds really fun. She might enjoy that. Dude, my niece is the best, man. She's the best. She's down for anything. She's just like, she just wants to have a good time. She's just good, positive vibes, and I love it. So she's probably going to be down. And we're going to film. My niece and nephew will be here. They might be on the live stream with me next week, depending on what time they go back with their mom. But they're going to stay with me next weekend for a few days, and we're going to go to Children's Fairyland in Oakland. We're going to do a video. A lot of cool kind of amusement park, theme park history in that place. So I'm excited. Have you gone to the Funko store? I have not. Where's the Funko store? In LA? Old Spanish Settlement, Olvera Street. In LA? I don't remember that. Another underrated thing to do in LA, go to the top of City Hall. I've never done that either. I'd love Old City Hall, though. Dude, I never heard Olvera Street. I've never even heard of that. I haven't done videos in LA in a long time. But if you look at my old videos, we used to do a lot of LA videos. Historic pedestrian street in Los Angeles. Why do I not remember Olvera Street? Have I never been here? We've done a lot of videos in LA. We did Museum of Ice Cream in LA. We did Sunken City in LA. We did La Brea Tar Pits. We did a video at abandoned apartments in LA. We did a lot of videos in LA. I haven't been to LA nearly as much in the last couple years. A lot of it is because my family, a lot of them used to live in San Diego, and I used to just road trip a lot. I wasn't working full time, so I had more time to do that. And now my brother's just down there, so I don't really have a place to stay like I did before. I could stay with my stepmom. So it's harder for me to get to Southern California than it was. Dude, Rob Bart, thank you so much. That'll go towards, what do my niece want? She already has ears. Thank you, man. You're always so kind, bro. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. I hope my videos are worth whatever. But that is a lot, dude. $20, like, that's a lot, bro. Thank you, though. Olvera Street is cool. You definitely need to check it out. Okay. How have I never heard of Olvera Street? I feel like I've done everything in LA, but I've never gone to Olvera Street. I have it saved now. Wait, where is it? Hold on. I want to see where on the map it is. I've explored like all of LA. I spent a week in like Skid Row, Fashion District. It's crazy. I feel like I know LA like the back of my hand, but I've never been to Olvera Street. Oh, I want to do... We did like the video at LA Coliseum, and ever since then, I've wanted to do the museums over there by USC. A lot of cool stuff there. They have the new museum over there too. I forgot what it's called. It looks like a spaceship landed. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Fort Moore Pioneer Memorial. La Plaza Village. Where is it? Oh, it's okay. So it's near Fort Moore. Oh, it's by Union Station? You know what? Yeah, I've driven by this. And I didn't know what it was. There was... Was this where... Oh, yeah. Where's... No, that's not it. Never mind. There's a place I want to eat over here. Dude, that's crazy. I've driven by this and I didn't know what it was. Yeah, it's right across from Union Station. Dang, I didn't know all that was there. That's dope. All right. I'm going to see. My niece might like that. So I'm going to ask her. Dude, I kind of want to, do the Angel's Flight video with her now. Angel's Flight is in, or the street is in, LA Noire. You guys ever played LA Noire? One of my favorite games. Oh, I should have been showing that. I was just looking. Here. You guys see it. This is Olvera Street right here. And then this is the Union Station. So this is very noticeable. If you drive by this, you definitely see it. So it's right across the freeway from, like, you know, City Hall and all that. So if you're in this area with all the courts and whatnot, and you got the, what's it called? What the hell do they call it? This. Philharmonic, Walt Disney Concert Hall. Really cool building. If you've never seen this building in person, it's wild. This doesn't do it justice. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta go check all that out, man. Another place, if you guys have never been, is whoa, like all this stuff, all the Japantown stuff and all that. They got like the little underground thing with all the anime stores and all that. Yeah, it's cool stuff. I feel like I haven't been to LA in a minute either. So that'll be fun. She'll enjoy that. I'm gonna miss not going to Knott's, but we'll build some other memories, I guess. And archive most of our families in San Diego, yeah, where all the protests are going on. There's some. I don't know exactly what street. There might be protests right there. Let's catch a show at Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, I've never seen a show at Hollywood Bowl. I've been outside of it and I've walked around and drove by it a million times, but I've never seen a show there. So that's actually definitely bucket list. There's just right next to Union Station. The protests. Oh, the protests are happening right there. That's funny. I kind of want to go. Sent you my 2 Instagram posts from Olvera Street from a few years back so you can get an idea. All right, hell yeah. So I get things off track. You're not getting things off track. You're good. It seems like the protests are sort of dying down. I mean, they're gonna continue back and forth, but the main thing was the No Kings Day. That was the main day. So like, that's gonna be the biggest day for a while. Yeah. Dude, I kind of want to do the Angels Flight video with my niece now. So what I was thinking about, since I'm, I want to save money, it's like, man, we could just go to Santa Monica Pier, walk down to Venice Beach, Muscle Beach, show her Muscle Beach and all that. I stayed there like twice on the beach in Muscle Beach and helped with an event, a competition, a bodybuilding competition there years ago. With these supplement companies, it was wild. It was a whole thing. But I haven't been to Venice Beach in so long, so that'd be fun. It is definitely seedy, but I don't know. Taking her to the freak show would be wild. I mean, there's a guy who's like sticking hooks through his appendages. I did the freak show once, I think, on Venice Beach Boardwalk. I was going to do the No Kings protest in Portland. Make plans with a friend. We need a protest on the 4th of July. I mean, there's probably going to be, I am wearing my Museum of the Weird shirt. 6th Street, Austin, Texas. If you have not gone and watched this video, please go watch it. It barely got any views, but it's a really cool place. Really cool place. I think that's it, folks. I appreciate you all. I might have special guests next week, depending on which day they go home. We'll see. But for now, I didn't even finish my soda. That's how much yapping I did, dude. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description of any of the folks from Sprite. Wait, did I say 7-Up earlier? I thought this was 7-Up. I have another sugar-free 7-Up, that's why. And I think they're both a cherry. So this is cherry lime. So I apologize, Sprite. I will never make that mistake again. So if you'd like to sponsor the channel and help me get to Disneyland with my niece, go ahead. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. So good and yummy. Sorry about the spider. I know. Now I gotta go watch. Everything back. Venice Beach is Venice Beach. Yeah, Venice Beach is interesting. I enjoy it. I think my niece would be intrigued and fascinated. So I don't know. I was thinking about just doing that, kicking it at the beach, walking to Santa Monica Pier, maybe La Brea Tar Pits like during the day. I don't really want to go to Hollywood because like the stuff I like in Hollywood, like if you guys haven't been, I'm sure a lot of you have. Like Hollywood is a dirty, crazy place, but there's a lot of fun, silly attractions. Ripley's Believe It or Not, Wax Museum, stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. You guys know I like attractions and theme parks and all that. I love the kitschy, like, tourist traps. I love that kind of stuff. But, all the cool stuff costs money. And the free stuff in Hollywood is dirty, dingy, and full of weirdos. So I don't think I want to do that. Now, Venice Beach is also full of weirdos, but you have a big, giant beach and boardwalk to avoid them. And then Santa Monica Pier is not that bad, more of a family vibe. So I don't know. I'll see. And then, yeah, La Brea Tar Pits isn't super expensive. I'll see how much the Peterson Automobile Museum is or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But till then, I'm going to be selling stuff. All right? It's going to be a fire sale, folks. So check the Discord, link in the description, or Instagram. Make some offers. I don't know what to tell you. 49er tickets at face value. No fees, free food. Huntington Beach is cool. We right now, I don't know. There's a lot of red hats over there. We did a trip and stayed at Huntington Beach when I was a kid, and it was a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure you said Sprite. All right. I hope I said Sprite. I didn't want to disrespect my friends at Sprite, my new business partners. LA Sparks game, still expensive, you know. I would love that, but expensive. Dang that! See, now I want to go. Now I want to go to a Sparks game, dude. Because I hate all the LA teams. I love LA, hate the LA teams. I'm supposed to. It's our rival. It's in my DNA. It's a respectful rivalry. But Kelsey Plum, dude, the way she killed us in that first game, I just respect her so much more. Just seeing it in person, I was like, damn, she really balls. So I would love to see a Sparks game. But yeah, if you don't want to see the Niagara Falls, you can go to Laguna Beach. That's true. It's a little farther, though. I don't know. I think we're going to try to stay closer to like Santa Monica, that area, because I don't know. I'm going to ask my niece too. I don't know how much of that area she's explored. I think she's explored a lot more of further south because she's from San Diego. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I appreciate you guys. Rob Bartman, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Please go watch the Museum of the Weird video if you haven't. It's a fun one, and more history videos coming out soon. I don't know which sports videos are next. Not sure, but we'll figure it out. How many innings for Shohei? Hopefully 1, and he gets rocked, taken out. And then they mess up. They somehow mess up the intros or the lineup card or something, and he gets yanked out of the game. He can't move. You know what I mean? They can't put him at first or something. They can't have him DH. I don't even remember the rules. They can move him to DH, right? Or is it just position? Whatever. I hope they screw it up accidentally and Dave Roberts delivers the news wrong, says it to the ump wrong or whatever, and then they don't sub him in. They just have to yank him. That's what I hope happens. And then I hope I hope an independent journalist uncovers all of the gambling allegations against him and that he was actually part of it. And they unearth text messages between him and Ippei, and he was actually the one gambling. And then the Dodgers go out of business. That's what I hope happens tomorrow for Shohei. It's from Texas, so she's seen it before. Yeah, but I mean, she's from San Diego, you know. She's only lived in Texas a couple years now. Spiteful, absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. All right. So happy second Mother's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. I love a good dad, dude. I love a quality dad. I'm a big fan of quality fathers. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things the cool kids do. Something or other tours now, variety for life. And have a good week. Hit me up on Discord or Instagram if you want to buy anything. Because I'm selling it all, folks. Selling it all. Yeah, bye. See you next week. Hopefully, special guest next week. For life.